Welcome, Aquarius Pisces, to your mid-month reading for October. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome, and cross-watchers, of course. Let's see what's going on. Best message coming out. It's almost Halloween. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So what do we have coming out for you? You have the Nine of Cups, which is your wish come true. Finding that satisfaction and contentment right now at the mid-month. Feeling like you have growth on the horizon and that your rewards are coming in. Just feeling this real comfort. Having this stability and growth on the horizon over here. Okay. Wow. Talking about manifesting and releasing, it does, it's talking about dancing with the universe over here, really feeling like you're going to have this wholeness, this attainment. I know you might not really 100% feel that way, but it's saying that there's more content and more satisfaction right now, right, which is leaving you more in a positive zone than maybe lately. It doesn't have to be something like, so dramatic, right? It's just this overall feeling of, I'm not feeling as pessimistic as I was. Things are moving towards victory. Things are moving the way I want them to move at this moment, right? So you could even be having a little more careful planning, okay? Feeling like things that you're planning are coming together. Feeling like, if I'm saving money, it's starting to really show itself, okay? So it is showing that there is this transformation. And right now is a great time, too, to release, right, through that full moon. Right, really release those tensions, yesterday's sorrows, any negativity of what it is I truly want, so that you can get to your overall, what we would say, 10 of Cups, right? Really bringing in what it is, right, that you truly, truly want. But it's talking about and making these breakthroughs, and I think that that's very important for the mid-month, because the mid-month is talking about, I feel like I'm at the milestone. I feel like I'm having these breakthroughs. So it is also a good time to review, your budget, make wise investments, things of that nature, right? With the Nine of Pentacles there. Because, yeah, it says you're moving courageously towards your victory. You are on the right track. The Chariot says you're on the right track and moving with the action that needs to be done. So you might even feel this burst of determination. But also remember, this full moon is a Aries full moon, okay? And it comes with impulsiveness. It comes with courage. It comes with this drive to want to be impulsive towards what it is I'm very determined to get to. So it will be a driving force for you, bringing in a lot of that fire energy as you're really prepared. So it is kind of like you looking out and saying, the world is my oyster, and I know exactly where I'm moving. And I can see, though, mentally, Ace of Swords to the Three of Wands. I can see where I'm going. Okay, so, of course, you want to avoid any kind of impulsive spending or totally, you see what I'm saying? Anything that's over impulsive that might, have a negative effect because of the Aries. And doing it all. So carrying the burdens. So it's kind of like I'm moving away from this situation, really seeing, the world is my oyster, but I know that this is coming in, really moving forward. It does feel like you're still kind of carrying a little bit of the weight, but it's just almost to the point where it's kind of like, but I'm not going to allow it to affect me right now. It's talking about releasing it, releasing those burdens, right? 10 of Wands in reverse, I'm releasing all the burdens that I was carrying. I'm just really just, feeling very satisfied right now. Not going to allow these, these struggles and all these things to overwhelm my energy at this time. So I do like that. So it's kind of like seeing your way out of that situation, becoming very aware of what's going on. Wow. Getting towards the end of the month here, we have the celebration. Wow, guys could be going to some kind of reunion. family birthday, something of this nature, celebrating, going out, having a night out, going on a date, however it is. But it does definitely talk about having that community fun, getting out into the community, celebrating, collaborating with the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to run right into the Wheel of Fortune towards the end of the month. So the end of the month, you're going to really see that wheel change in your favor, where you're going to feel this really good luck coming toward you. It's almost like I'm just going to, you know what, I carried all of these sticks. I did what I was supposed to do. And now I'm just going to let the, you know, all the burdens and stuff just kind of wash away. But you are definitely reevaluating the situation when it comes to what's gone on. It kind of feels like more of a Six of Cups kind of feeling, where you're going to get a little nostalgic about what was going on with the situation, and then really releasing that to go out and, you know, get creative, go out, collaborate, have friendships, celebrate, whatever, feeling that joy and happiness. It might even be the joy and happiness of where I came from. I finally finished what was driving me crazy. I finally finished that project. I finally finished, right, carrying all those sticks. I got it to where it was supposed to be. You know, if you were a real, like, just for instance, if you're a realtor and you're trying to sell someone's house and you're having a hell of a time selling this house, it becomes very much a burden, right? And then all of a sudden you sell the house for them. Your client's very happy. It was like, oh, but you're kind of reevaluating the situation, like, was there something that we could have done easier to sell their house? Were they being too stubborn and not allowing them, you know what I mean, to, you know, to lower the price? I mean, you know, so it's kind of just like reevaluating everything that was going on within that situation. Could even be a love situation. Take it how it resonates. But definitely kind of looking back. I kind of see you like sipping tea, kind of looking back on, that was a hassle. Literally, that's what it is, because that's what the burden was. It was like, that was a freaking hassle. You know, you might even be talking with a friend about the situation. You know, when I was selling this house, and that was the hardest damn house I had to sell. I just can't even believe that they would not come down on price at all. They were such sticklers, you know what I mean? And just kind of having that reevaluation with someone, that turmoil, which became your turmoil. Excuse me. But yeah, definitely becoming your turmoil and getting burned out on this. I just wanted this house, hurry up and sell it, you know. But definitely you have the wealth and the friendship over here coming out with the 10 of Cups. Holy Gemini, yes. Only for the fact that it's saying, I already feel the satisfaction within myself, and I feel like, you know, I've lost all this weight, you know, of the stresses, you know, or I'm just trying my hardest to get through it. And then here comes the 10 of Cups, you know, and it's just like, whew, finally getting that overall satisfaction. You know, finally selling that house and getting my money. Finally sold that car. Those people drove me crazy, you know, or whatever it is, right? Or finally fixing that fight with a friend, or me and my love, we finally got on the same page. God, he's so stubborn, you know, or she's so stubborn. Or saving that money. However it is, it's definitely talking about how you released, right, and came back through it. And, you know, Four of Swords, I'm finally done. I'm at peace. I finally found the peace within myself. I can rest, relax, feeling self-assured, you know, either that or just knowing that it's on its way out, right? Absolutely. Feeling the accomplishment. Oh my gosh, yeah. And just seeing it and knowing it. The clarity of the Swords is like, I finally see this accomplishment. And it, you know, in the beginning of the mid-month, it might just, you know, it's finally going through. You're just waiting for the rest of the BS to go through, you know, to just really come to an end, you know, end it all. So that way everything can just be done, right? And it's just like, finally. It was so slow and steady, but now everything's moving fast. It's like now, boom, boom, boom. It was like, God, it was like taking forever. And now, finally, it's moving. Fastest card in the deck, the Chariot. It's moving so fast. Finally, thank God, it's, you know, it's over. Now I can relax. Drink my hot tea, my cocoa, my coffee, whatever it is, and relax. You know, take a hot shower and wash it all away. 6 of Cups coming out. Yeah. And that's definitely what it is. It's meditating on the past, seeing it as the past, not having to go back towards that, right? Knowing that you dominated this. Look at that. You're just like, I'm the Queen of Wands. You know, I've impacted this with action. I put everything I had. I was courageous. I was a warrior. You know, I was fiery. I was out. I was going. I was waiting for it. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, guys, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. And with the Wheel of Fortune, clarify on the Wheel of Fortune, I want to kind of see how this is going to move right into the end month for you, because it's just beautiful. All the chaos turning right back into pleasures. Yeah, after the afflictions, after the afflictions comes the wealth, comes the good luck, comes the, oh, I made it out alive, right? Yeah. And then you have some kind of sudden event that's going to happen, something new, right? Oh, of course, because now the Wheel of Fortune is going to change. And so now it's next to the next chapter. The next chapter now starts, and here we go. Ready, right? Chapter 552. Here we go with the sudden event of new news coming in. Boom, leaving it there. Why? Because what if it rolls over into the end month reading? Then what happens? I already told the story. But sometimes we know too, right? It's like, but how do we know it's on that house though? We don't. We don't. Your readings are just as a surprise to me as they are to you. That's why I make them general. Well, I like the surprise. Because if I said this was just a love reading, then we know it'd be about love. If I said, hey, welcome to your career reading, we know it'd be about career. It's not that fun all the time, guys. Okay? I like them this way because it's just like, whoa, this could be your love. I mean, if you're in a love situation, I mean, look at it this way. If this is a love situation, wow, 10 of Cups, you guys are really coming back together. That contract is coming together. You stood your ground. You're not going to, focus on that anymore. If it's a career situation, boy, you just blew it out of the water. You're going to make all this money. You're going to, nothing's going to perplex you anymore. You're just like, boom, here we go. See, that's entertainment right there, right? Third eye, you already are aware of, you already know what I'm talking about. Spirit says, use your discernment. You know where the area is in your life, but you will have the overall understanding and intuition to know what to do next, right? Because your gut feeling will say, this is where we're going. This is how it's going. Rejoice in celebration. You already have the Three of Cups there, so you're already knowing that you're on your way to a beautiful celebration, right? And if you're going against your intuition, that's bad. Because then you say, well, my intuition says it's doing good, but I don't believe that. Nah. Material harvest and the balance, because you're walking right into what? Your Nine of Pentacles. So going straight from a comfort, straight into the comfort rewards again. So you're walking right back in. So keep yourself balanced within the situation because everything's balancing out for you. And there it is again, intuition, third eye. So you already know. So just stand your ground, do what you need to do because it's all coming together for you. I mean, you've already paved the way anyways. I mean, it was already, on its way out. It was almost more on this situation as how much longer is this going to take? You knew it was coming. You know it's going to happen, right? It's just that whole feeling of how much longer could this be? Like, hurry up. So, okay, my friends, until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.